NSFW, Kinks. What's the weirdest kink you or someone you know has? I try to be open-minded. Met a dude on Whisper who wanted me to shove needles into his sack. That's how I learned I had limits. No. A guy who went to class with me had a fixation for nationalities. He wanted to try to beep as many people of different nationalities as possible to see if the way of having beep changes from one country to another. Mr. Worldwide. He jokes calling himself Casanova since we're in Italy, but Mr. Worldwide is definitely superior. This thread makes me less ashamed of my search history. Someone I know has a dragon fetish. Like Donkey from Shrek. Shrek, how are we gonna get past the dragon? Donkey, I'ma beep it. Proceeds to found Bard College. The boyfriend of a good friend of mine is into scat play apparently. She wasn't into it and refused. A few months later she told me he had trouble getting in the mood for regular ******. Good bless her heart for staying in that relationship, but compatibility is key. Sounds like a beep boyfriend. A beep is beep ***, and she should dump him. Get out. A coworker of mine has a kink for socks, no hate, but I did laugh a little because his GF is into feet. They sound like a perfect match. They're quite the pair. I have a BDSM kink. My husband doesn't want to hurt me, so doesn't go fully into it. But a different story if we are play fighting. I'm kinda like your husband. I never want to hurt anyone. He doesn't like anything that's not normal. Trying to get him to expand his comfort zone is hard. I've tried to get out of my comfort zone. Anything that makes you want to vomit is my limit. Dated a guy once who would go mad for a pentagram harness or pentagram rope tie. But only on 2D anime girls. If he saw it on a 3D character or a real live woman, he hated it. I have a thing for wearing gas masks. Probably other types of masks too, but there's something really exciting about gas masks for me. Haven't had the opportunity to explore this much, unfortunately. If there ever was a time to be experimenting with masks, these times would be it. The idea of eating whipped cream out of a girl's beep is pretty tantalizing to me. Too afraid to ask for it? I'm envisioning you putting the nozzle into her hole, filling her up, and slurping it out. Am I way off here, or is this your thing? I wonder if there's a way to die from that? E. coli. I meant from having whipped cream pumped up your butt, but that's a good point too. One of the ones I've heard of was somebody seriously into the idea of having beep with a bilingual person and pleasuring them to the point that they can't remember English fast enough and just start dirty talking in their native tongue. An amp. #X2OOB. As for one of my own, the idea of breast smothering is one that's always stuck with me, for reasons unknown. I'm bilingual. You would be surprised by how many people are into this. IDK if it's common, but I want to be free-use public beep toy. That post history though. I knew a girl who wanted to be peed on in the bathtub. I'd always heard of this sort of thing, but this was the first time I'd encountered it IRL. I get turned on by the sight of my husband's hands. The veins. The hair. The fingers. I love your husband's hands. But they're mine. We shall have a duel, ma'am, sir lol. I know a guy who has a foot fetish. Talks about sucking pinky toes all the time. Weird. Checks username. You sure that was a friend? He just wants to find some beep for his friend. Such a great guy. Out of people I personally know, 1. A feeder. He got turned on by overfeeding his GF, so she kept on getting fat. He never admitted it, but you could tell too. A dude who was into armpits, often commenting on girls in high school when they raised their arm to ask a question. 3. Feet. Probably pretty common. He mentioned it at brunch and his new South American GF looked down, avoiding eye contact, and confirmed, yes, he likes feet. 4. We had a truly horrible kid in high school who filmed himself fixing his dog mouth together with 2 bits of wood and electric tape, then showed the video to friends. He also tried to rape a kid in our shower room. He was a horrible ********. I'm pale and from Hong Kong. I had a few girls into me because of my skin color and my light eyes and hair, but they viewed me as an object or an idea, so it was very strange talking to them even though I was desperate for affection. The way you describe yourself makes me think you're a vampire from Twilight. Haha, the slang NHK used to describe me was often ghost or demon related, so maybe it is accurate. The standard phrase for a white person is gwei lo, which literally means devil, ghost man. I also had my Indian friend's mother call me similar phrases in Hindi, but not from Maloose. I was just a foot taller and bigger than most people. I ask sexual askreddit questions and then jerk off to people's responses. I want to fight women. Not some rough beep with a non-com fantasy. I want a consenting woman to fight me like a back alley brawl and have a beer with me afterwards. And yes, it's only fun if she gets a few good shots in and has a fair chance at beating me. Martial arts might be your thing then. Lots of women kicking men's butts. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is known for this. Back in my early 20s, myself and a group of friends were sitting around talking about random BS, and one of the guys just blurts out that he would let a woman do him with a strap on. This came out of nowhere. The rest of us got really quiet and started looking around at each other with that WTF expression. But he quickly changed the subject to football. We joked about this for years. He always denied it afterwards. It's funny, as that seems so mild these days. Like, I wouldn't even blink if a friend told me that. Especially as compared to a lot of other stuff you see even in this thread. Glasses. What possible evolutionary benefit does it serve to be attracted to women with poor eyesight? Maybe I just come from generations of really ugly people. Poor girl, she never saw it coming. Beep LMAO. Cross-dressing and cuddles. I'm down for cuddles. I had a girlfriend who used to love to pop my pimples and zits. Needless to say, this can lead to tragedy and hilarity. She had a huge grin on her face when she went for a real chonker on my back. When I heard her scream, I didn't even need to ask what happened before she screamed. It went into my mouth. That may have been the hardest I have ever laughed in my life. My teeth get this tingly sensation whenever I see shiny aluminum pots, pans, lids, handles, utensils, etc. at the store. I really just want to take a bite and feel the metal against my teeth, but that would be gross. You're one of those pansexuals. P. Thanks for the gold. I have a kink for white lab coats. Rick must turn you on. So mine is kinda weird. I just like conversing, not in real life though, online chat rooms and stuff. It's kinda weird and I don't know where I developed it. Was it Reddit? I like beep with socks on. Specifically my Batman socks with capes. Used to make my ex wear Batgirl socks with her legs in the air. 10 out of 10 would recommend. No honey, the Batman socks stay on during asterisk. I knew a guy with a beep fetish. Kept pushing me to record that, or to go one step forward and record my beep shutting towards the camera. Didn't go through, and suddenly his love disappeared. Didn't want anything to do with me and such, despite me being accepting and ending. My BF has never admitted it, but I've noticed that he gets turned on when we play fight. Don't really know how, but I don't mind it. Could be a testosterone thing more than an actual kink. Especially if it's vigorous, or if it usually ends in sexual activity. It doesn't even have to be a testosterone or adrenaline thing. It could just purely be due to the increase in either heart rate or blood pressure. That's kind of how Viagra works and why we get morning wood. The mechanism for us waking up in the morning is an increase in heart rate. I have a thong for women in men's uniforms from the American Revolutionary War up to World War II. I don't even mind wearing them sexually. In fact, wearing them like that actually ruins it. The one most attractive to me is a WW1 German Army uniform or Kriegsmarine uniform. I have a second one, but it's far weirder and uncomfortable to talk about. It took me a while to understand you meant a type thing instead of thong. Very different kink. Woman with high heels. Not foot fetish particularly, but heels. Every time I see high heels, something triggers in my mind. I love these shoes. Bought 4 pairs for my GF, but she never wears them. I understand though that women might not like wearing them due to the pain it could cause. That's called shoe fetish, and it's a completely separate fetish from foot fetish. And I agree with you. I'm a huge fan of high heels too. My favorites types are the lace-up, stiletto ones. The extra straps somehow make it more alluring. Don't know if it's weird, just different at hyper, futa, FBB, giantess, giant. Don't know these. But assuming giantess is SNU time. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is spongy and bruised. Calling you bucks with ducks. Always enjoy hearing your story. The whole getting aroused by car crashes still dumbfounds me. He probably got that fetish by accident. Low resolution asterisk 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 asterisk. If you put me in front of a 4K TV with a 4K video of a naked woman, I'd be bored. Show me some crappy webcam footage from 2002 of some lady masturbating in her bedroom. It would be unlike Donkey Kong. I don't feel it, but I can get it. Feels more candid. 4K beep feels planned out and produced. Low-res beep has a more amateur vibe to it. Am I close? I was in on a conversation between my ex and her friend sometime last year. Her friend was on the way to a booty call and they talked about the guy. The guy apparently likes armpits. A friend of mine, it really